Good morning, 8th grade. I hope you're doing well. Carrot just got a burst of energy. If you heard that crazy noise, that's Carrot. She's getting her exercise and she likes to run her cage in the morning. So she's got to burn off all those sweet potatoes that I feed her. Can be quite the chunker. So anyways, I hope everyone's having a great day, great Tuesday, shortened week, only 2 days left. I got today's lesson, and then tomorrow I'm giving you a lesson that will give you, again, 2 days to kind of do. I kind of like the 2 days, so you don't have to rush through it. But just going to talk about today's. So today we are going to talk a little bit about safety in the sense of food quality. When raising. We're not going to talk about safety on the farm in the sense of make sure that, when you're riding on a tractor, you're being safe. If you're using farm equipment, being safe. No, we are going to focus on the animal safety. So what I want you to do is real quick is when I'm done here, pause the video for a few minutes and read pages 16 and 17 in this magazine. Then we're going to come back and discuss what you read. So it's called Safety First. So go ahead, read this for a couple minutes. It's going to take you, ignore the questions for now because we're actually going to go through this page of questions in this video. And then I will assign you a little assignment to do that will be due on Wednesday at some point. All right, so pause and read. Okay, now that you have read the article, as you can see, it talks a little bit about safety first. And it mentioned a couple farms in there. You got I'm not very good at names. We have the Wiltonburg farm, and they raise turkeys. And then we have the North Dakota Sow Co-op. It's owned by a few people. It's not just one family. So in the article, it talks about what makes good food quality. It mentioned 3 different things. The 3 different things that it, just keep going here, the 3 different things that it kind of talks about in making sure that we have quality animals being raised is that, animal safety. We got to make sure that those animals are staying safe. We also need to make sure their health, if an animal gets sick, we treat it, okay? So we give it an antibiotic. So we're kind of giving it, if it has a cold, we're giving it like cough syrup. So if you wanted to look at antibiotics for animals in that way, so that you understand that when an animal gets sick, we do need to treat them. I know a lot of people get crazy when they hear that, oh my gosh, that farmer is giving their cattle or their livestock antibiotics, but it's for a reason. It's because the animal is sick. There's a lot of people out there that are saying they're going to eat antibiotic-free meat. When you feed I'm just going to give you my 2 cents right here. If you feed an animal an antibiotic, it doesn't get into their meat, okay? It's kind of like you. When you get a cold, you take cough syrup or some cough medicine. It doesn't get into your muscle. And remember, when we eat hamburger, we're eating steak or a pork chop or a chicken breast, we're eating the muscle of the animal. So think of it that way. When you get sick, take medicine, it doesn't get into your muscle. When an animal gets sick, we give it medicine. It doesn't get into their muscle. You won't consume it. So keep that in mind. At the same time, some of you probably have pets. When your dog gets sick, it gets a shot or antibiotic. It's the same kind of thing with farm animals. Farmers only treat their animals when they are sick. And finally, the last one, so we've talked is biosecurity, and that's making sure that the stuff that's outside of the farm is safe when it comes onto the property of the farm. Okay, so outside people coming in, delivery trucks coming in, and also you're concerned when you take stuff off the farm to the outside world. Is it safe? And what safety practices have you got? So animal quality and for good food, safe food for us to consume, we need to talk about animal safety. We need to talk about the animal's health. And we also need to worry about the biosecurity that is happening. All right, but so when we read the article, the turkey farm, what the farm's top priority is biosecurity. And so they're very concerned about making sure what's coming onto the farm is safe for the animals. Yes, humans can spread disease to animals, and just like vice versa, animals can spread disease to the human. And we take a look at what we're going through right now, the COVID-19. I'm going to link an article in with this, and the article is just for your reading. It talks a lot about how this COVID-19 started. There's a lot of myths in there, but this one that's spreading right now, if the top part's I was laughing through the top part because they all think China released this disease to the world, and it was vice versa. China blamed the U.S. A lot of back and forth. I'm glad someone in there says that both sides were ridiculous in saying that. So it was actually, they're saying that it was contacted because some bats were released that had the COVID-19 in it, and they were released out into the environment, and it contaminated a supermarket, a seafood supermarket in China, and people ate that contaminated meat, and that's how it's got started. So as you can see, they're saying it came from an animal spread to a human. Yes, so keep that in mind when we're going through this. So the farm's top priority was biosecurity. All right, so what did they do? What do they do to make sure that everything coming onto the farm is safe and everything leaving the farm is safe? They wash vehicles frequently so that if there happens to be manure on there, or if they're cleaning the barns, the tractors that they were using, they wash them frequently so that they don't get they don't transfer the disease around, because they're really protecting themselves from right here. This question here, what do they test for? The aviation flu. And so that's very common in poultry type animals, aviation. Again, I think right now, if you watch the news, I think China's going through a version of aviation flu in their poultry. Have you guys seen a trend here? Not all countries have strict biosecurity on their livestock. The United States is very strict, and we have a lot of regulations that farmers have to follow, and stuff that's imported. We have to follow that. Okay. What else do they do to protect their turkeys? They limit the people that are coming in there. If someone doesn't need to be there, they're not there. Okay. Also, I find this one quite neat, and a lot of places are doing that. Each barn that they have, those people that are working there have a pair of shoes for that barn. So if they have 5 barns, they have 5 different pairs of shoes for those barns. So when you get to that barn, you put on the barn shoes that are for that barn. A lot of them are starting to put the little booties on so that you can just throw the booties away in that way. All right, so that is what the Wittenberg, they do on their turkey farms, so that their turkeys are staying safe. They're producing quality animals. They're producing food that's going to be safe for human consumption. All right, so the last part of the article talks about the North Dakota Sow Co-op. Sows, if you don't know what sows are, we're going to learn that on the next page, are adult female hogs that have given birth. So that's what the sows are. So what steps did they take to protect their hogs? Okay, so one of the things that a lot of swine operations, and when I refer to swine, I mean hogs. So if you're not sure, those of you that like pork chops, you like pepperoni on your pizza, you like ribs, you like ham, that is all. Pickled pig's feet, get past pickled pig's feet, get past the way they look. They are so good. Oh, they're so good. So, but just got to get past what they look like, because they don't look very good in the jar, but ooh, they taste so good. All right, so what does this operation do to protect their hogs? They do a few things. First of all, before you go into their barn, you have to take a shower. And that's a very common practice in a lot of swine operations. You shower in, and then when you leave that barn, you take another shower. So that's why if you see a lot of swine operations, they'll have their barns joined. This way, you don't have to constantly shower in and out. You just have to shower once you're in that barn, and they're connected. Believe it or not, pigs are very similar to humans. You could temporarily put a pig valve, if you need a heart transplant or a valve transplant for your heart, they can temporarily put a pig one in, and you would, until you got your heart or your valve that you really needed, it will hold up. So hogs are body inside very similar to what we have. So keep that in mind. A lot of their illnesses can transfer to humans, and a lot of our illnesses can transfer to their human illnesses. So we're talking about that. Also, what they're saying is if you're coming onto their farm, if you're coming onto this hog farm, you need a 72-hour downtime. So what does that mean? 72-hour downtime means that you cannot be around any other hogs for 72 hours before you visit that farm. So let's say friend A and friend B, and they wanted to go hang out at their house. Friend A, who's going to go to friend B's house, needs to stay away from their hogs for 72 hours before they can go visit with friend B. All right, so that's kind of what it means, keeping your distance from it. And a lot of farms are going to that, where, okay, you need some downtime so that you don't transfer. A few other things about a lot of bigger farms, they're not, they don't allow, their farm is set back. So if you wanted to come visit the family, you go to the house, they're not allowing people onto the farm to visit, to walk around, because of the potential biosecurities that could happen. So they really, really are protecting themselves, because there's nothing worse than if you have a whole barn full of hogs and they are infected with something that someone brought in, basically going to have to put the animals down and burn them. You lost all of that money. And remember, farmers are making money off the products that they are raising. They don't just get a salary. Oh, good job, you raised, 1,500 hogs the last 2 months. We're going to give you this. No, they actually have to have the product when they take it to the market. And then a lot of times at the market, they're going to test the animal. So if there is anything with the animal that either the factory or the processing plant can deny it or give the farmer a deduction. All right, so what I would like you to do for Wednesday is flip to page 10 on your PowerPoint presentation that you have here. And what I would like you to do is answer these questions right here. So what you're going to do is do a Google search using your iPad or computer, whatever you have, and I want you to look up what these mean. Okay, what does antibiotic-free mean? What's organic, biosecurity, aviation flu, and the Pork Quality Insurance Plus program? And just kind of define them for me. Some of them we've talked about in here. Then over on this side, in the article, it talked about turkeys and hogs or swine. I am big on making sure you know the terminology. And I think it comes important as you get older that you know the terms, especially if you're having a conversation with someone and you want to make sure that you know what they're talking about. So over here, I have, for example, the common names we call these. For example, I'll give you a couple so you get the idea. Again, you can just do a Google search. You probably have to type in what is a tom in turkeys? Because if you say, what is tom? They're going to say, what's a human name? Well, a tom is an adult male turkey. Okay? So we go down here. They go, what is a boar? Well, a boar is an adult male hog. So that's kind of what I want here on these. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. The top 4 are turkey related. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last 5 are hog related. So just write on here. Again, you can write them right on here and take a photo. I don't mind that. That's quite easy. Or you can write it in an email or, on Canvas. Just write it in Canvas if you can. So other than that, I hope everyone has a great day. I don't remember, this video is getting long. I don't remember if I talked about, if you sent grades for last week, yesterday on Monday, I will check today to see if they are in, and then adjust PowerSchool. Other than that, I hope everyone has a great day, and we will see you tomorrow on Wednesday. Bye.